right, guys. So I'm back on my Sunday stock watch list, and I just wanted to point out from last week, just one quick recap. If you got above this Goldman Sachs from the last week watch list from 377 all the way to 392 last week, you got absolutely paid on those calls. That was a great all-time high breakout and a continued run up. So I just wanted to point that one out, and congrats if you caught that play. If I just want to dive right into this week because I don't want the videos to be too long for the recap from last week. But basically, I've been wanting to point out to Nvidia. Nvidia did the 4-for-1 stock split, and it's just driving so much upward momentum and pressure to the call side and the upside. So I'm going to continue to watch this here, and I'm going to probably ride some calls with some continued bullish movement if the market is green this week. We have inflation numbers this week, but that's about the only thing I can see that's going to probably mix up the market ahead of the Federal Reserve meeting next week. But there is some upward movement here, and this is something that happens similar to Tesla. So we could see this really go up to like 750, maybe 725, maybe even 800 by the time they actually do that stock split. But don't forget that when they actually did the stock split, investors got in the day of this split. But when Tesla did their stock split, they actually took a huge dive. So be careful with this one below the $700 mark. But when they actually do the actual split, I'm probably going to be playing a lot of puts, but just keep that in mind. So this is going to be some upward pressure here. Anything below $700, I'll probably buy some puts because it could tank down a little bit. It's coming from, a couple of weeks ago, it was just 543 a share price. So this is up almost 20% in a month. So I'm just going to be watching this one to see if it can break above that 710, 725 mark. And then on the downside, I'm going to look for the $700 break to buy puts below 700. But this one's a beast, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon here. So just keep that one on watch. I also want to look at Chewy. Chewy looks amazing on the daily chart right now. They have earnings this Thursday, which is even better. Web traffic views are up this month, and I basically just want to see this $78 break. The $78 break, I'll be in calls, and then below this $74 mark, could play puts. I won't see a lot of downward movement, but it could be great. But that earnings report, I'm anticipating it to be a good revenue jump and EPS jump. So put Chewy on watch above the $78 for the call side, and then the breakdown at 74. So that gives us Nvidia, and that gives us Chewy. I also want to look at Skills was breaking out, but there's a lot of things happening in the EV sector too. We got Neo actually. I wanted to look at this. It had a nice run up from 30 all the way up to 42. So I'm looking for this $43 breakout here. It's kind of consolidating within this price range between 42 and 40. So if there's anything below 40, I'll probably buy some puts in this because that's a nice support line. Anything below this $41 price could be a great entry for some puts riding all the way down to 40. That dollar move could pay you pretty well in a small move down. And then on the breakout side, probably going to enter into some calls around this 42.50 price to ride all the way up to $43 break. We can get a 50-cent breakout above this $43. We could see a big push because it's finally breaking out of this big long downtrend after that massive sell-off. So I got Neo on watch above this 42.50 area for the call side, and then a breakdown below $40. So let's see if they have some continued pressure. Square looks very bearish on the daily chart. SE is holding up very well. They usually trade pretty correlated, but there's a pretty big gap between the two right now. And I think it's mostly because of the Bitcoin pressure within Square. But this right here below this 211 mark, I'm definitely gonna be riding puts. 211.50 price or 211 would be a great put entry because this is going to take down after you see this huge bearish candlestick here. Try to be bullish with the rest of the market on Friday, but just wasn't there, especially after they had the catalyst news. So look for a breakdown below 211. I'm going to be only looking at puts there. So that gives us Square, Nvidia, Neo, Chewy, and there was one more I wanted to put out there on the watch list for this week. Let's see. I want to put up the SPY all-time high break here. This is going to be a nice move above 423. If we can get 423 with volume, I could see this breaking out crazy. So I would be looking to buy some calls at 423. I don't even want to buy any puts on this because every time, the market, the S&P 500, I just think this is going to be a very bullish candlestick here if it doesn't reject this 423. So we'll see what happens pre-market tomorrow, but above 423, if there's volume there, I'm definitely going to be buying calls and riding them out for a majority of the week. Unless it hits my 25% plus profit, maybe even 50% plus profit, because I'm pretty bullish on the SPY right now with a lot of recovery stocks and a lot of value stocks as well moving the market. So that's the watch list this week. We got SPY, We got Nvidia continuing its run from the 4-for-1 stock split. We got the Chewy earnings. And we also have, I wanted to give you an honorable mention of Airbnb right now. So Airbnb, with the travel coming back and everything above this 152.50, 153 mark, we could see a strong breakout. So that puts another one on the watch list. We got Airbnb, we got Chewy, we got Spy, Nvidia, Neo, and Square on the breakdown. So that's kind of 6 there, but those are going to be some of the biggest movers that I could see coming up this week. So hopefully you guys can get involved in some of the last week ones. We're really good on the support and resistance lines, but I really want to take advantage of a lot of these plays that we have coming up this week, especially the Spy and then the Square both bear flag on top of Airbnb, Neo. There's a lot of breakouts imminent. So just pay attention to these stocks and hopefully you guys can make some money.